Devon, it's time. Try to get bigger, but it is not gonna help you. Pussy.
Hey guys, I hope you're having a good Sunday morning. I wanted to share this video with y'all because I wanted to give my reasoning for why I think Devon has a chance to beat Levan. Now, granted, I do think that Levan is most likely going to win. Sorry, Devon, don't hate me. But if there's anyone that can do it at this moment in time, out of all the arm wrestlers, it is Devon Larratt. Now, the image you're seeing is from Devon's video a few days ago. It was kind of a response to Levan saying that Devon's biggest weakness is fear, whereas Devon responded that no, that fear is what drives him. So yes, he's admitting that he's afraid, but he's so afraid that he's studied every video that Levan's put out, every arm wrestling video of Levan. He's thinking nonstop about this match on how to beat the man. This match is his life for the next month and 2 weeks, whatever he has left. So yeah, he's gonna show up like super prepared. It's gonna be nuts. So if he wasn't afraid, essentially, he wouldn't be putting this much work into it. Now, what you're seeing next is the match between Levan and Vitaly in the top 8 final. And yes, Vitaly was able to get a stop on Levan. It lasted about 7-8 seconds before Levan took Vitaly's elbow off the pad. But he did it. And, there's a big size difference between them. I don't know if it had to do with Vitaly's long forearm, but I've heard people say that Devon's forearm, like, even though he's not as tall as Vitaly, I've heard people say that he's got that same like length in terms of forearm. So even though Vitaly wasn't as big as Levan, he was still able to get that stop. Not with the King's move. He was able to get that stop, I guess, by attacking his hand. Now, obviously, at the time, Vitaly was strong. He made it to the final. He wasn't as strong as Levan, but yet he was still able to do that, which is notable. Next, we have Dave Chafee versus Levan, and I want to highlight this moment right here. Michael Todd referenced it a couple months ago. Essentially, what happened here is Dave also achieved some kind of stop, and he was starting to peel back Levan's pinky. And Michael Todd noted that if Devon ever got any kind of purchase like that, that he would not back down. Because the difference is Dave Chafee is a dragster, so like he'll get to a spot, and then he'll pull back and go again. And what happened there was he had a good spot, but then he pulled back, and then because he pulled back, Levan capitalized on it and pinned him. Devon doesn't do that. He gets that spot right there. If he gets that, he is hanging tight. He is pushing, holding, whatever. He's going to bleed the guy out. Finally, we had the match between Devon Larratt and Dave Chafee. And we all know what happened during this match. Dave was too strong for Devon, so Devon had to resort to the King's move to beat him. So he stopped the match, he bled him out, and caused Dave to foul out. I think this is what Devon needs to do. And he needs to be strong enough, like, essentially how I've explained it in my replies is that he doesn't need to be strong enough to overpower Levan, but he needs to have that same difference in strength that he had with Dave Chafee. So whatever percentage stronger Dave was than Devon needs to go for that same percentage when he's facing Levan. It has to be the exact same. Because if it's the exact same, then he can achieve that stop. And we do know that Devon is above where he was in WAL. We got this confirmation from Todd Hutchings. To close things out, I have an image here from Devon's most recent video, his unboxing video, look at that right forearm. It is huge. Now, obviously, his right forearm is not as big as Levan's. I mean, let's be honest. There's no arm wrestler's forearm is as big as Levan's. But the point is, Devon has made progress. So if we take into account what I've talked about, the match between Vitaly and Levan, Levan and Dave, and Devon and Dave, and then we look at, you know, his gains right here from all the pancakes. We look at that fear mindset to where he's living and breathing this match. I think there's definitely a chance. Now, I'm not saying that Devon is stronger than Vitaly here, and when I say Vitaly, I'm talking about the Vitaly from that time period. I mean, I will say, like, it looks like he is beefier than that Vitaly, so that could be a chance. Um, but I don't think he should go the route Vitaly did. I really think he just needs to go to the King's move. And then, obviously referencing the Dave match versus Levan, that's like a hypothetical if that scenario happens where he gets in that same position that Dave did, he's not going to back down. He's not going to do that dragging motion. He's going to just stay there. And I really think with these gains that I'm seeing here, that he's in a pretty good spot, and hopefully he gets even bigger before the match. So, yeah, in closing, I think that there is a chance there. Um, Derek Smith said on his live stream that before he thought it was 80-20 in favor of Levan, and I think he changed it to 65-35. I kind of agree with that. I think it's 65-35 at this point. Uh, Devon needs to come in at 300 pounds, and I think he's going to get there. And yeah, I think, once again, as I said, as long as he has that same difference in strength that he had against Dave back then in WAL, if he has that same difference in strength between him and Levan now, I think he has a pretty good shot. Let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for all the support. Peace out.